ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcast Network. This Wednesday night, the Modified Madness Tour back in action here at Five Flags. It's going to be a great night of racing here at this half-mile track as the drivers get prepared and warmed up with about 5 minutes remaining in practice. We're going to go playing in the national anthem when we come back. Got some race action to come your way, so don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcast Network. I'm Dustin Caldwell, and tonight, here this Wednesday evening, Modified Madness Tour back in action. Championship Racing Association League both roll into Five Flags Speedway here in Pensacola, Florida. Taking a look at about 1 minute remaining here before we head to the grid. A little bit of race information on your screen here at this half-mile track. 0.48. We'll give it that extra 2 and call it a half-mile track here tonight. As you take a look at the weather temperature, 82 degrees in the air. We got 79% humidity, clear skies, and 82 degrees matching on the track temperature. It's going to be a great night of racing here at this fun track, as the drivers like to call it. Talking about the series overall, rolling in tonight, race number 11 out of the 22-week season. Pretty much rolling past halfway point here tonight. The standings are getting closer and closer as we take a look in the modified light division. Benny Ellison still atop, just by 4 points over Scott Naslin. Jody Green has fallen off 2 positions due to being out of the elements due to real-life work events. Zach Knowles, Tanner Cook rounding out your top 5. Up in the Tour Modified Division, Christian Peterson has a 22-point lead over Seth the Merchant. Clint Crowell back there in third, tied with Zach Mecca. And rounding out your top 5, Robbie Bunden. So we got some things heating up here, and tonight's racing is just going to add to it, as the drivers should be making their way to the grid momentarily. Talking about some things that you're going to see here tonight. Once these guys get to the grid, we'll go through the grid, and we got to tell you about a little bit of an interesting play here tonight with the Modified Madness Tour. So let's take a look at your grid real quick here, and we'll get you that information. Starting on the pole for the Tour Modifieds, Matt LaVenture in the number 18 car. To the outside, we'll find Clint Crowell, the 48. Back in the second row, Wade Cheetah in the number 12 machine. To the inside of the 25 of Joseph Palmore. Tom Hameka, the number 14, will round out your top 5 as Kyle Leverett will start to the outside of that third row. Looking back at row number 4, the inside lane, the 87 of Robbie Bunden will have Zach Mecca in the 42 machine to his outside. Kyle Souza, Tour Modified driver here tonight, filling in, just getting a feel for things as he'll start to the inside of your light modified pole sitter, the number 20 of Jason Freeman. Been off for a few weeks, has come back. Looking on back through, we got Scott Naslin, Benny Ellison, Christian Peterson starting back there with a couple wins. He has to start at the tail, so you'll find him in around 10th position for the Tour Modifieds overall, but he'll be mixed in with the light modifieds. Kyle Barnes also joining the light modifieds here tonight in the number 46 machine. Austin Coop and Brian Neff will start shotgun on the field. So as we take a look, talking about some of the things that we got going on here tonight, a little bit of a bounty action that these guys wanted to express. Take you down and get you a look at these cars. A lot of these modifieds here on the field tonight. As you can hear, they are revving those engines, ready to go racing. 125 laps here taking place. Here on the first of one of 2 pace laps. So the bounty system here tonight, 6th man inked in the Tour Modified Division, has a bounty placed, which means if any driver is able to beat Christian Peterson in the 23 car, that 6th man inked car, they're going to receive $25 of iRacing credits. So win here tonight, we'll get them some extra cash in the light modified division. Tanner Cook missed all of first 4 races, but he's come out with a vengeance, winning every race in the Tour since his return. He's going to be out tonight as he is racing for some real points. So there again will be a bounty placed on him. Talk a little bit more about that once the race gets underway, as the pace car now takes him out of turn number 2 into the backstretch. as the pace car gets ready to head in. There it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
Green, green, green.
The green flag flies. We are underway here at Five Flags. And with turn one,
right, man,
spin already.
out.
Clint Crowell going to get spun right there. And it looks like a couple cars. Somebody's on their roof already. Go back and take a look at the replay. Nerves to be shaken out here at Five Flags in the first lap. In turn number one, right there, he's just going to snap loose, possibly a netcode bump. But the 48 of Clint Crowell is going to go spinning around, and the 42 of Mecca is going to meet him there, and they're going to go climbing up that track into the wall. And right here, Christian Peterson is going to tag Zach Mecca, and that car is just going to get turned over. Wow, take a look at that. Peterson with the bounty on his head tonight, and he's delivering a little vengeance himself in that 23 car. So LaVenture still up front. Talking a little bit about this bounty system that they got tonight. There's some rules that they have out there. Can't wreck the guy to be able to beat him. Takes all the fun out of it, but that keeps it legit. They must finish the race completely. That being Peterson and Cook, which Cook being out tonight. Not sure that the lights are going to see that. We'll have to get some clarifications from the race control on that one. An extreme amount of rough driving to force your way around the track. There's also one way to disqualify it. If the driver would lose connection, the bounty becomes nullified. Also, if they win tonight, that's going to increase the cash for next week. So the bounty wanted will increase if Peterson wins here tonight for the Tour Modifieds. So the lights come off the pace car here on lap number 6. We're going to be back.
Lights are back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
Back green. We got the call from race control. See at least one more lap of pacing here. So the pace car will bring him out at turn number 4. Into the front stretch. Leveralt will have Hameka to the outside. Leveralt Motorsports machine going to rally it up, setting the pace here. We'll be back green on lap number 8 as they go through turn number 2. Pace car set to go into the pits this time by. Takes them down that back stretch. Here they go. Pace cars into the pits, into the front stretch they come. There's the green flag. We are back to the race. Lap number 8. And the battle in the first 2. Look how fast these guys just rally through these first 2 turns. Into the backstretch, the number 18 of LaVenture. LaVenture coming out of turn number 4 now into the front stretch. Nice little lead over Hameka. Just about quarter of a second gap between the two of them. Back in third is Leverall, the number 7 machine. Just a little off the pace as we follow that 18 car up ahead. Palmore has bundled behind him as they come out of turn number 4, and Freeman in the light modifieds works his way through the first couple turns. Ellison behind him. A little bit of mix-up of Tour Modified action here into turn 3 and 4 with the lights and the Tours. Out of turn number 4, here comes the guys down the front stretch. To the high side, Kyle Souza, the Tour Modified driver, mixed with the lights right now. That blue machine, you can see up high. A little more horsepower, but these light modifieds can hang with the big boys in the turns. And a little looseness there from the 0-1 of Ellison. Freeman through turns 1 and 2, still leading the light modified division. Back up front, LaVenture coming out of turn number 4 into the front stretch. Nice, sizable lead now, almost that. It is a half a second lead over the number 14 of Tom Hemeka. Kyle Leverov still holding on to third. Some nice battling going on here as we take a look. Joseph Palmore behind Bunden, but Brian Neff seeking out a pass here on Palmore as they head into turn number 1, looking to that middle groove. Has Wade Cheetah on his bumper. Cheetah, the number 12 machine. That MaxFire.com Chevrolet through turns 3 and 4 looks to the inside of Brian Neff. He's going to make a move in the front stretch. Can he get down? No, he's going to tag Neff.
All right, man, caution is out.
Some good hard racing there. A little bit of aggression from Cheetah. Trying to get to that inside line first. In turn number 1, he ends up turning Brian Neff. So that'll bring out the caution flag yet again here at 5 Flags. Again, talking about the points. Things are heating up, and these guys want to get every position as possible. And with the cooler temperatures here this evening, though we got 82 degrees, it's still pretty cool. Should be able to see some working on the outside line, but I know a lot of these guys want to dive it down to the inside line to get that pass. So LaVenture stays out with a total of 15 laps led now. He'll still be at the head of the field. Hemeka behind him. Talking about Tom Hemeka, if you tuned in to catch the race at Martinsville, it was a turn 3 incident between Jody Green and Hemeka. Hemeka was entering turn number 3, checked up a little bit, pushed Jody Green up the track. Tanner Cook went to the inside and plowed right through this 14 Tour Modified to be able to take the win out of there of Martinsville, consequently contributing to one of the 4 wins from his return, which led to the bounty placed on him tonight. If this is your first time tuning in to the Modified Madness Tour, there are 2 different classes of vehicles out on this track tonight, folks. You have the Tour Modifieds and the Light Modifieds, or is better known as SK Modifieds. The only thing that separates these 2 is the engine. More horsepower, over 600 to 700 horse pushed out of the Tour Modifieds. You're going to find 3 to 450 horse in the SKs. 4-barrel carbed engine in the Tour Modifieds, 2-barrel carbed engine in the lights. One easy factor that helps you if you're not a car enthusiast, and everything I just said was like speaking Greek. Take a look at the numbers on these cars. You see the blue numbers here, guys up front, right there. See the blue numbers on the cars will denote the fact that they are Tour Modifieds. And as we jump back and take a look at Jason Freeman here, there is the lights. The red numbered cars signify the lighter SK Modifieds. These guys are running 2 separate classes on the track. The light modifieds do not have to give track position to the Tour Modifieds. So you're going to see some blue numbers swimming around these red numbers and a big mixture of these 2 classes. But we'll see how things will pan out as now the lights are off that pace car. We'll be back green on lap number 21. As the pace car takes them into turn number 3, LaVenture up front in the 18 machine. Will be setting that pace, has Hemeka to the outside. There goes the pace car into the pits. Turn number 4.
Green flag,
There's the green flag. We're back to the race. Lap 21. And Hemeka to the outside. Got an excellent restart. Challenging LaVenture for that lead out of turn number 2. Will he have it? Side-by-side action into turn number 3. And LaVenture has the inside line. He'll have the momentum coming out of that 4th turn, and they still find themselves. Nice action up front for that lead, folks, out of turn number 2. LaVenture and Hemeka, but Hemeka eventually gives way, and the 18 takes over the race lead. Hemeka was able to get 2 laps out of that lead As LaVenture into turn number 1, will run that middle groove. The number 7 of Leverall not too far off behind, back there in third position. Now has Brian Neff behind him. Neff definitely looking to the inside, has shown a little aggression here tonight, wanting to get some positions quick as they come out of the fourth turn into the front stretch. Brian Neff still behind Leverall, and take a look at Robbie Bunden trying to get around Joseph Palmore. And Bunden's going to look to the inside of turn 3 here. Will he have the line? Palmore's going to push high. Here comes Robbie Bunden out of turn number 4, side by side with Palmore. What a beautiful battle here for 5th position, as Bunden looks like he's going to get it in turn number 2 on lap 25. Neff still looking up to the high side now, trying to get around that 7 of Leverall. Freeman, though, coming out of turn number 4 as the Tour Modified points leader Christian Peterson to the inside as they head into turn number 1 here on lap 26. Freeman with a nice little lead. Benny Ellison challenging from behind, trying to catch him. And look at this beautiful battle here. Scott Naslund back in 3rd position. Was really shocked with his win last week. Thought he was battling for 2nd position, and in fact actually won the race. Still shaking off those jitters. Kyle Barnes, the yellow numbered car here, he's a light modified driver back there behind Scott Naslund running 4th. And Austin Cube, also light modified, is going to make some contact with the wall coming into the front stretch. So with the green flag laps, the Tour Modifieds have pulled away just a little bit in the front and back stretches. LaVenture works his way into turns 1 and 2, lap 29. Into the back stretch they go. LaVenture with a nice 4/10 of a second lead, and we've got a caution flag. And it looks like it's going to be the number 60 of Brian Neff getting spun in turn number 2. Let's go back and take a look at the replay. Following Brian Neff. Nice little battle there with Robbie Bunden coming out of turn number 4. And Bunden's going to get to the inside, and we can see where this is going. A little bit of contact right there, and that's going to send the 60 machine. Actually, if you have to spin out and make contact, that was a favorable move for the Winn-Dixie number 60. So Brian Neff, as he just a little bit of contact, see a little bit of damage there on the back of the car, but he'll be fine. Not really any aerodynamics here on these shorter tracks. It's all about driver skill. So he comes down pit road, going to try to get a little bit of the dents banged out. He'll be back on, makes his way off of pit road. Christian Peterson behind him, so they're taking a little bit of fuel, getting some little minor repairs with some fuel as well. Got some plenty of time left in this race. They can get down there real quick and get that taken care of as we follow LaVenture. A total of 29 laps led for this 18 car. If LaVenture does win this race here tonight, he'll receive $25 in iRacing credits, claiming the bounty over 6 Man Inc. That is Christian Peterson's car, the number 23 machine. We just saw him come off of pit road. Right there he is. 6 Man Inc.'s currently in 9th position in the Tour Modifieds, has the bounty on his head tonight. And something must have happened. He's coming back down pit road. May have gotten a black flag penalty. Has to serve it probably here. He's going to come back and sit in the pit box for just a moment, as well as Brian Neff. Neff comes back down pit, or gets out of pit road. Peterson has to sit there for a moment, so we'll see if that 23 car comes out again. He has to finish the race, folks. Peterson doesn't finish the race, the bounty cannot be collected. As the lights come off the pace car, Peterson heads out of the pits. He's got to make it around in a hurry. Into the backstretch towards turn number 3, back green, lap number 35. LaVenture Hameka still up front. Hameka was a great restart last time. Was able to take that outside groove. Let's see what he does here as the pace car heads into the pits. Coming out of turn number 4. Here's the flag man with the signal.
Green flag,
The green flag flies. We're back to the race on lap 35, and another great restart from Hemeka. To the outside, he's really going to try to dominate this lead now as he tries to get around. He's got to get down to that lower groove to shut out that 18 car, but Hemeka's still going to push in 3 and 4. As we see LaVenture to the inside, Hemeka nearly tagging the wall. Coming out of turn number 4, LaVenture has the nice little length gap. Hemeka better come down. He's going to follow suit. So Hemeka yet again with a great restart, not able to capitalize and get back to the race lead. So LaVenture will come around in total of 33 laps led now for that 18 car in the Tour Modifieds. Kyle Barnes now leads the light modifieds as we see Bunton swimming his way through the lights, as well as Brian Neff, Christian Peterson as well. Keep an eye on the front stretch for these guys to pass. Barnes to the high side here of Neff. A little tour on light action as they come down the backstretch. Christian Peterson to the inside of Barnes. Barnes again leading the light modifieds. At 20 car behind him, Jason Freeman making his return after a few weeks off. Out of turn number 2. Austin Coop, Benny Ellison going at it in turn number 3, the battle for third position. Ellison's going to look to the inside here. Will he try to make a move in the next couple of laps? That's going to be the question. Scott Naslin back there in 5th position. Right there behind Ellison. Ellison's going to push to the high side. That's going to open the door for Naslin. And some looseness there from Coop. And now Ellison's going to be the aggressor to the inside. Oh, they're going to make some contact in turn number 2. Ellison gets out ahead of Coop as Naslin now looks to the inside of Austin Coop into turn number 3. And that looks like the 33 is going to get around him. But it's not a position battle as I take a look here at the information. Naslin is a couple laps down, so Coop, though falling back behind Naslin, does not lose his 3rd place or 4th place position. As we take a look back up at the race lead here in the Tour Modifieds, coming out of turn number 4 into lap 44. The number 18 of LaVenture now picks up a total of 40 laps led. Out of turn number 2 has a nice, he's going to contact the wall. And that 18 car rolling through turns 3 and 4 still has a half a second lead over Tom Hemeka in the 14 machine. Hurricane Race Cars, the sponsor on Hemeka's cars. He's back there in second. Now Wade Cheetah and that Baxfire.com Chevrolet up in 3rd position out of turn number 4. Coming quick behind Tom Hemeka as he makes his way through turns 1 and 2. Palmore and Souza battling it out, coming out of 2. 41 machine right behind the 25 of Palmore. Palmore last week came out and made a great debut. Ran up in the top 5. Looked really solid at Stafford. And a little gap now as Leverall has Neff and Peterson behind him. Out of turn number 2, Neff's going to look to the inside. He's going to set him up for an inside pass here in 3 and 4. Leverall's going to push high. Neff looks to the inside. Is he going to go for it here in the front stretch? And that's 60. Winn-Dixie to the inside of turn number 2 is going to go for it. And Neff now into 6th position. Peterson right behind him. Leverall's going to be hung up to dry on the outside line. Peterson to the inside across that start-finish line. What a beautiful inside pass there. It's almost like the 7 of Leverall gave him the position. Looked a little tight here in 3 and 4. Pushed up the track, and the 60 and 23 go by to the inside. Robbie Bunton now back there in 9th position, climbing up quick. Kyle Barnes back in the light modifieds, turns 1 and 2 here on lap 51. Looks to have about a half a second gap between him and the 20 of Jason Freeman. Freeman running the Mellet Performance, sponsor on his car. And right behind him, the guy in turn number 1 brought out the first caution here tonight with a little bit of spinning in turn number 1. Clint Crowell, the 48 machine, running a little bit of a Lowe's sponsor on that car. Works his way into turn number 3 here on lap 54.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
We've got another caution flag. And it looks like it's going to be Benny Ellison. Going to hold on a second as the pace car makes its way by. As he comes out right here, a little bit of contact from the 25 of Palmore as he rides the contour of the track. Is going to get up to the inside of Ellison. Ellison's going to come down smacking that fence. Going to put some decent damage on the hood of that car, even taking off the front and bend it up pretty good. In the Fast Paint by Benny Custom Dirt Cars.com 01 machine of Benny Ellison. We'll have some minor repairs to take care of down pit road. See, the front end of that car looks pretty damaged. Currently running 4th in the light modified. Started 3rd here tonight. His fast lap time, 16.458. He'll have the Tour Modified points leader, Bounty Man himself, the 23 of Peterson behind him. So the 18 of LaVenture now. Total of 54 laps led. Again, folks, race number 11 here tonight at Five Flags. Next week, Modified Madness Tour comes out of Five Flags, rolls into South Boston Speedway for a big one. It's going to be 250 laps at that track. And then the boys will receive a 1-week break coming up on September 7th, Labor Day. Labor Day week. Lights off the pace car. As the pace car heads into the pits, here comes LaVenture and Hemeka, still yet again up front.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag flies. We are onwards towards the end. Hemeka to the outside of LaVenture. The good side-by-side battle. LaVenture this time had a great restart on that inside groove. And it looks like Cheetah's going to waste no time to get to the inside of Hemeka as they come out of turn number 4. Cheetah's shutting the door there on the 14 car. Cheetah takes over second position in the Tours. Now looks to the inside as we saw a little slide action from LaVenture getting a little bit loose coming out of the second turn. Now Cheetah to the inside. What a beautiful inside pass. Can he get down there? And LaVenture's going to go up high. That opens the doorway there for Cheetah. Wade Cheetah, the number 12 machine, Backfire.com Chevrolet, has taken over the race lead. And just like that, from first to third, a little crossover action coming out of turn number 4. Beautiful move here between LaVenture and Hemeka. Hemeka went to second. Now LaVenture looks to move into second. Into turn number 3, the 18 machine gets second position as the 14 comes back to third, and Wade Cheetah begins to pull away at about a 0.4 of a second gap between him and LaVenture. LaVenture out of turn number 2, trying to hold off the 14 of Hemeka. Here comes the 41 of Kyle Souza. Back in 4th position, Palmore, Neff, and Peterson. pretty much rounding out your tours. Robbie Bunden's also back there behind Peterson. And it looks like the gap's starting to close between Cheetah and LaVenture, as it's now 0.35 seconds, so 5/100ths of a second gained in that last lap. Here comes LaVenture into turn number 3. He is almost getting to the bumper of Cheetah. Out of the fourth turn towards the front stretch. Into lap 67, the gap has yet closed down to almost a quarter of a second. Almost a tenth of a second picked up that time by, and he is gaining quick. Past the halfway point now, folks. Kyle Barnes back in the light modifieds into the front stretch. Still leads. As we follow him, again, Kyle Barnes typically in the race control booth, put on the race helmet tonight. This Virginia driver, total of 32 laps led. Freeman not too far behind him. Just about 9/10ths of a second, almost close to a second gap. And the green flag run starting to take its toll as we follow LaVenture. Battling with Cheetah. Out of turn number 2, LaVenture to the high side. Still looks a little bit loose. Is he going to set him up for an inside pass as he come out of the fourth turn? Cheetah to the high side. Dives it down in turn number 1, protecting that inside line from the 18 car. Into the backstretch. Benny Ellison in the light modifieds just ahead. He's going to run the higher line. Out of the fourth turn, Ellison close to that wall. Continues to run the higher line. He does not have to be up there, mind you. He can be down a lower groove, making these tour modified swim around him. It's one of the benefits here of the light modified class. Into turns 1 and 2, Cheetah still leading LaVenture. Peterson now up to the top 5 as he looks to climb his way to the inside of Ellison. In turns 3 and 4, Brian Neff, the 60 Winn-Dixie Chevrolet behind him, will be to the inside of Ellison as they head into turn number 1. Working that inside groove. Almore passes Ellison here, and Bunden on his way. And Ellison decides to come down in the lower groove. Swings it out wide out of turn number 4. Ellison running 4th position in the light modifieds. Here comes Barnes out of turn number 4 into the front stretch into lap 76, excuse me. Jason Freeman looks to be about 8/10ths of a second, so he's picked up 1/10 of a second on the time. Still, Barnes has a nice little gap here in lap 77 in turns 1 and 2. Cheetah now approaching from behind. See some light modifieds as it looks like Austin Coop is going to see the tour modified leader pass him on the inside here in turns 1 and 2. Just ahead, Jason Freeman now. This is the beauty right here, folks. It's the perfect example that the Tour Modifieds have to use the front and back stretch as an opportunity with that extra horsepower to get around them. Oh, and Freeman wanted to come down. Almost came down into LaVenture there. Cheetah into the back stretch. Freeman sees the 14 of Hameka go to the inside. And it looks like a nice little battle here with Souza and Peterson. Barnes sees Hameka to the outside as they head into turns 1 and 2 here on lap 83. One of the neat things about this league we found out last week, when you win 2 races in a row, you are relegated to the tail of that grid. Regardless of what your qualifying speed is, you start at the tail. Kind of a way to try to keep the dominance under check or put more challenge for the dominant drivers. We see Christian Peterson to the outside of Kyle Barnes, who's currently leading the light modifieds. Freeman back there in second position behind the 60, and Souza.
All right, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
Souza is going to go for a ride on his roof. Looks like he was pinched up high out of turn number 4. We'll have to go back and take a look at the replay. One lap prior as we follow the 41 of Kyle Souza. Going to get way loose and just snaps, so it's a self-inflicted wound here, folks. And the 41 of Souza is going to go for a nice ride on his roof. A lot of sparks. Right there. So as the crew will come out to roll over this 41 Tour Modified, we are going to take a short commercial break. This is the Modified Madness Tour here this Wednesday night on the Digital Forge Broadcast Network.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome back to Pensacola this Wednesday night here for the Modified Madness Tour. After a good restart a couple laps ago, Kyle Leveralt, the number 7 machine, Leveralt Motorsports sponsored car, got loose coming out of turn number 4, so we are back under yellow. Taking a look at the race statistics so far here tonight. Up in the Tour Modified and combined with the Light Modified, we've had a total of 11 lead changes, 6 total cautions. Been a hard-nosed night, especially with the bounty on Christian Peterson. That guy right there. Started at last position in the Tour Modifieds, worked his way up to 4th. If he wins here tonight, the bounty will increase from a $25 iRacing credit to potentially, I think, by $5 or $10 each week. And he continues to win. Not quite sure. That guy up there is trying to put a dent in it, Wade Cheetah. MaxFire.com Chevrolet works its way from 3rd to 1st. Take a look at that fast lap time here tonight. 15.706 at this half-mile track. Two guys behind him have been up front, also had laps led. Number 18, green and black machine of LaVenture. Back there has the most laps led in the Tour Modifieds, a total of 57 laps for the New England driver. Tom Hameka to the outside of that first row now. This Texas driver has a total of 5 laps led here this evening. As the pace car takes him down the backstretch, we'll be back green on triple digits, lap 100. Pace cars into the pits.
Green flag, green flag.
And the green flag flies. Here we go. Back to the race. Hameka to the outside of Cheetah. Trying to come down, maybe putting a little mind games on the 12 machine. Oh, Neff looking to make some 3-wide action in turn number 3. Peterson to the outside behind Hameka. Cautions, breathing cautions. And Kyle Barnes, and it looks like the 33 of Naslund are going to have a little bit of contact in turn number 3. As we follow the restart, Souza looking to the inside of Barnes. He'll check up action there between Coop and Palmore. And it looks like Barnes is going to get tagged by Souza into turn number 3 and sent up the track right in front of Naslund. And Naslund is going to tag the 46 of Barnes. They're both going to get spun out. That's going to bring out caution flag number 7 here tonight. So as we go on board with Wade Cheetah here, taking a look at seeing what it's like to be out there in that modified. Of course, there is no passenger seat, but we give you a in-car cam anyways. You can hear the light modified engine, or Tour Modified engine. We'll jump back into Freeman's machine. Hear the difference in engine, higher horsepower, higher revs here. A special request for this guy right here, Austin Coop. Currently running second in the light modifieds, behind Jason Freeman, ahead of Kyle Barnes. Of course, the incident between Souza and Barnes, that's what caused Barnes to be back behind. Lights off the pace car. Will be back green on lap 106. Be less than 20 laps to go when we get the green flag.
All right, man. Lights are back on the pace car. We're not going green this time.
And
we are not going green.
Incident in the backstretch. And it looked like it was with Kyle Souza. He was on his roof for some reason. May have been a little animosity there late in the race. As the pace car looks to head into the pits this time by, it's going to be LaVenture Cheetah up front.
Green flag, green flag.
Here's the green flag. We're back to the race. Cheetah to the inside of LaVenture. Hameka to the inside of them. Front four coming out of turn number 2. Into that third turn, they work their way. Cheetah still to the inside. Pushing that number 12, MaxFire.com Chevrolet into the front stretch. LaVenture looks to the inside. And he gets down in front of Hameka. Neff, the 60 Winn-Dixie to the outside of Hameka as they look to head into turn number 3. Neff trying to work that outside line now. Christian Peterson's to the inside, the 6-man car. Going to move up into 4th position. Robbie Bunden now to the inside of Neff. A good side-by-side battle as Peterson looks to take over 3rd. He's going to be to the inside of Hameka. In turns 3 and 4 out of the 4th turn, Christian Peterson in the 6-man car, battling side by side with Tom Hameka. Cheetah and LaVenture begin to pull away. Now the single file line comes out of the tours. As they come out of the 4th turn, Peterson in 3rd position. Cheetah on par to get that bounty here tonight. Jason Freeman leads Austin Coop and Kyle Barnes into the backstretch here on lap 111. Freeman coming out of turn number 4. Looking to pick up a victory here at Five Flags after having a couple of weeks off. This would be a bittersweet night here for the number 20 machine. That Mellot Performance sponsor would be proud as well. Light Modifieds battling. Out of turn number 2, Austin Coop. Barnes looks to the inside of Coop in turns 3 and 4. Is he going to make a move? Getting ever so close. Back up to the Tour Modifieds is LaVenture. Still battling with Cheetah for the race lead. Out of turn number 4 into lap 115. Next time by, it'll be 10 laps remaining in the race. Oh, Cheetah! Ladies and gentlemen, I think the number 12 of Wade Cheetah just went back to 1955. I believe he hit 88 miles an hour in that backstretch, something that has not been done here at Five Flags, and that guy is gone. Not exactly sure what's going on there. Oh, and he returns! But he did miss a recorded lap due to disconnection issues. So this is going to throw a wrench in the cogs here. LaVenture scored at the lead currently.
All right, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
I think what we're going to have here is a mandatory caution being thrown. And a wave around given back to Cheetah. So Cheetah should go by the pace car here and get a wave around. We'll take back over the race lead. So race control giving a salute to this guy as he disappeared off the track. Again, like So in iRacing, it's a disconnection issue, some connection issues. We like to poke fun here. Say they went back in time. Wade Cheetah here tonight was back far enough into 1885 to bring back Doc Brown out of the Wild West in the Tour Modified. So he'll get the wave around, and not sure if he'll be back to the race lead. We'll have to see. Looks like he's going to be sent to the back of the field. Tough break for that guy right there. Benny Ellison making his way down pit road. And it looks like Scott Naslund and Benny Ellison will come down pit road, get a little bit of fuel. And take a look at this as the late race drama unfolds with probably about 4 to go when we get the green flag. Christian Peterson not wanting that bounty collected on him tonight. He'll start to the outside of Matt LaVenture, who's looking to collect that $25 iRacing credit bounty. So it looks like the lights will be coming off the pace car next time around. So it'll be a 3-lap shootout here at Five Flags. A mile and a half will remain when we get the green flag. Will the 18 of Matt LaVenture be able to hang on and claim that bounty here tonight? So the lights come off the pace car with 4 laps to go. We'll see the green flag with 3 to go. It's going to be a mile and a half shootout and a collection of a bounty. A continuation of wins today outside. Can the 6-man Inc. Christian Peterson, the number 23 car today outside of the number 18 of Matt LaVenture, pick up the win? Or will Matt LaVenture be able to pick up the $25 iRacing credit bounty off the 6-man Inc. car and pick up the win himself? Pace car now into the pits. Here we go, folks, into the 4th turn.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag flies, 3 laps to go, and Christian Peterson caught LaVenture sleeping, and a screen to the outside. And I tell you what, folks.
All right, man, caution is out.
Caution flag comes out, and that's going to solidify a victory here for Christian Peterson. So no bounty collected here tonight. Christian Peterson sails to another victory in the Tour Modified Series, or the Modified Madness Tour Modifieds. Tough break there. Wade Cheetah looked like he had some issues on the front stretch as they now pull into the white flag lap. LaVenture, something must have misshift. He must have spun at that restart because really didn't look like that car got going. And to the outside sailed this guy right here, Christian Peterson. We're going to take it up to the blimp cam. Off of turn 3, you're going to see some fireworks shootout as comes to the checkered flag. Christian Peterson, your victor in the Tour Modifieds. Jason Freeman picks up the victory in the light modifieds. And the fireworks sound in the background. Out of turn number 3. Following Christian Peterson, will get an overhead view of these nice fireworks. Well, we thought we was going to see it, but unfortunately didn't want to pan out. But Christian Peterson nevertheless takes the victory here at Five Flags. Jason Freeman as well in the light modifieds. as we look to bring in the number 23 talking about tonight. Christian Peterson, you got to be happy with getting the victory. Tell us little thoughts on that final restart there. It looked like LaVenture was asleep at the wheel. Nice, beautiful restart. It was able to propel yourself out to the race lead. And you're able to come away with victory here at Five Flags. Tell us a little about your thoughts on the race tonight.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know what to think. My mind's kind of blown right now. I got like 2.5 minutes of damage. My motor was almost blown on the first lap. I ended up getting my lap back, staying on the lead lap, and getting it all fixed. And it seemed everything just went my way. I mean, I don't think I could have been any more lucky with the way things went. It sucks to see what happened to Wade there with the connection issue. He blinked out for more than a lap, and it didn't score him. And the 18 got the lead, and then it looked like the 18 didn't go on the start. It came out earlier than it had recently on the restarts, and I went, and then I didn't know if I should have kept going, so I slowed down a little bit, and then he still didn't go, so I just kept going, and here we are.
This is, I believe, the second week in a row you've had to start from the tail to be able to come back, and you come back and get victory out of it. So is there any thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give for the Sixth Man Inc. sponsor tonight? And, again, a tip to the hat to raising that bounty that we're going to see heading into next week into South Boston.
Oh, yeah, just got to thank everybody. Sixth Man, everybody that puts on a show here in the league and shows up, to be honest. I have a lot of fun here in these modifieds. And I got to thank Seth for not showing up because he would have dominated, I think, tonight. This is like his best track. So I don't know what happened with him, but I'm sure he'll be back next week.
All right. Well, appreciate your time, Christian. A guy so classy, he can do a burnout and sound so calm in an interview. We look forward to seeing what you got next week at South Boston. Congratulations.
Thanks, Dustin.
And we're going to talk to the guy in the light modifieds now, Jason Freeman, who takes victory in the light modified division here tonight. Started 10th. Or, excuse me, as I still had the information, I apologize. You started first out there, the pole position for the light modifieds, and you're able to come to the victory lane. Had Kyle Barnes battling with you a lot here tonight. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts on this race.
Well, it was good to be back. First time I actually turned on iRacing in probably 4 or 5 weeks here. Just had some family vacations and some work issues, and actually work on some truck teams, Xfinity teams part-time, so I was up in Pocono there. But just glad to be back, and I feel like whenever you're not on here, you kind of lose it. So I was kind of scared coming back tonight, but I fared out pretty well.
And it does work well in your favor. You come back and in style. Next week we head into South Boston. Tell us, what can we expect there from the 20 car?
I don't know. That's going to be a short track, I think, with a lot of action. I think the key there, it's a big special event, 250 laps. I think it's going to be about staying out of trouble.
Well, Malott Performance got to be happy tonight as their driver takes victory here in the light modified division. Going to help your cause in the points. A couple of the guys had to drop out due to work-life schedules, so I guess you could still be in the hunt for it here in race number 11 out of the 22-week season. So is there any additional thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give here tonight?
No, I think that's probably about it. It's fun having Kyle come out there and run. I mean, he's definitely probably one of the best drivers I've ever met on here. He's taught me a lot, everything I know on here. If I ever hit the lottery and I was going to go racing, I'd pick 2 drivers I'd probably fund myself, and he'd be one of the other ones I'd fund. It's kind of glad he hopped out there and kind of showed me the line, which line to run tonight when I was chasing him. I don't know what, he might have had some issues, had to go down pit road there, but I don't know. I think he was the guy to beat tonight.
All right, well, congratulations. Go celebrate your victory here at Five Flags. We look forward to seeing you next week into South Boston.
Yeah, thank you.
So what a great night of modified open-wheel short track race action we saw here at Five Flags. Final summary on there. 10 total cautions, 18 lead changes between the two classes out of the 125-lap event. Results on the screen. Christian Peterson sails to victory here at Five Flags. No bounty to be collected. It was the key restart there with about 3 to go that got him out ahead of everybody, and Matt LaVenture had some issues there on the car. Kyle Everald comes in second, Robbie Bunden third, Tom Hameka fourth, Joseph Palmore rounding out your top five for the Tour Modifieds. Jason Freeman comes to victory lane for the light modifieds. Kyle Barnes in second. And you see the mixture between the Tours and the lights through the top 10 positions. Wade Cheetah, Matt LaVenture, Clint Crow, Scott Naslin, Kyle Souza, and Zach Mecca is going to round out your field here at Five Flags. Again, coming up next Wednesday night, we will be at South Boston for a major feature 250-lap event. If you haven't done so already, click that subscribe button, hit a like button if you enjoyed this broadcast. We'll be bringing it to you next Wednesday night at 9:15 p.m. Eastern. Coming up Friday night, Loose Lug Nuts Racing League is back in action with their Bump and Run Street Stock Series. Been a great series to watch. That'll be coming at you at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Friday night. That looks like it's going to do it for us here this evening, folks. Appreciate you tuning in. Find us on the web, forgebroadcasting.com, and on Facebook. Give us a like there. Looking up facebook.com/Digital Forge Broadcasting. I'm Dustin Caldwell saying thanks for tuning in, folks, and we'll see you this Friday night.